Yes.
thought of them last night. But, Mace, how did you go to the dinner that they were threatening to buy you? How was the dinner? It was Mason's birthday yesterday, for people who don't know.
You know what? It was a very liquid dinner. It was a very liquid dinner.
Sure was.
I think, now I had some little tuna ahi something or other.
Yeah, look good.
Bergman, I drank two
Where'd you
martinis up. We went to the Yard House.
Okay.
I had a couple of martinis. Jorge had like the tallest glass of beer in the world.
Oh, one of those tall steins
Tall,
that they serve?
yeah, Modelo's.
Whatever pint it was, we have Modelo, yeah.
And Bergman, what were you drinking?
I was drinking scotch.
Drinking scotch.
God bless you.
Scotchy,
Yes.
scotch,
Actually,
down in my belly.
It was a double.
All right. You know, I'd like
Neat,
to make
by the way,
I'd like
neat.
to make a statement about Bergman's performance last night.
Okay.
Bergman,
Yes.
I am very proud of you, and
Oh,
I'm dead
thank you,
serious.
sir.
I think the way you handled this from the beginning and the spirit which you undertook this challenge with was excellent. And I think you made several very smart decisions along the way.
Okay.
Number one, by recruiting Kaplan and
Yeah,
Clinton,
good point.
I thought that you guys just blended right in with the rest of the Nut Job fans. Mace, didn't you?
So true.
Yeah, I did too. You know what's weird about it? So they're all wearing their rompums.
It's a game, so people are going to wear different stuff anyway. They're going to wear old, like, Kobe high school jerseys or LeBron, or Jimmy Goldstein was there. He's in a lizard suit, you know.
They were
blah,
getting
blah, blah.
looks. I will tell you this. They were definitely
But,
getting looks.
Greg,
And nobody
Greg.
more than Bergman.
But Greg,
Yes.
do you not think the decision to, and I don't know if it was those guys just jumping on your bit or you recruiting them or however it came about, the decision to tackle it brought strength in numbers.
Yep.
And I thought that it made it much less embarrassing and almost a little bit fun. Am I right?
Oh, no, it was fun. And that's so I invited Lindsay to walk around with me because I knew I had to walk around the court because that was what you guys wanted me to
Right.
do.
Yes.
So I was like,
Right.
Lindsay, come with me and you'll walk around with me. And she said,
let me
sure.
let me say this just as an aside. I thought Lindsay looked great, and I don't even know if she was wearing a romper.
Yeah, no,
She was.
Lindsay looked totally normal. I mean, she
that was
looked
a
like,
smart decision.
Yeah.
Lindsay looked great at the game, so that was a little took your eyes off of the cat and the rainbow and the
the shark.
The shark.
yeah the
tacos.
purple thing. And I thought Clinton and Kaplan almost served as wingmen
Yep.
for you
Yep.
in this bit.
Yeah.
And when the three of you all came up to the broadcast location, I just thought you like blended in with the rest of the fans. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And also, so what happened was Lindsay was on Sedano and Kaplan was like, hey, and Clinton, it was Clinton and Kaplan one
Yeah,
day.
because Sedano took the day off to do the game on
Right.
national radio.
Right, but there was a different day that this happened, and Sedano was off. And so Lindsay said, I'm going to the game with Greg, and he's going in his romper. And both Clinton's like, I'll do that. And then Clinton said, and then Kaplan was like, yeah, I'm totally in on this. Let's do it. And so they
You
all
guys
just jumped
almost-
all right in.
And Mace, you were with them longer than I was,
Yeah.
but I kind of felt like they had almost a superhero vibe to them.
You know, that's
like
really-
standing
It's a crew.
there with their
Yeah.
hands on their hips, like we are the Rompum
It
team.
was. It was a little bit like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Because they were all
Rompums assemble.
It was like Avengers.
Right. And Bergman, I was, as you could tell, I was very happy to pay you your $50.
You were?
I thought you it was well earned. I think you never made any attempt to short sheet the bit. I
Nope.
mean,
Nope.
you
All
you-
in.
I know you got blocked from making the lap on the court, but you walked right up to the top of 111 and did not try and hide. Either
Nope.
did Cap, either did Clinton. I thought you guys. A, you looked like you were having fun, and my favorite thing about it was B, it looked like you didn't care what other people think, which I think
Not
is the way
in
to
fact.
live life.
Not in the slightest. Now,
Yes.
here's the real question, John, and this is a big question for you
Yes.
specifically.
Yes.
Is it enough to not be blocked on Twitter anymore?
Yes.
All
I was so impressed with you. I am unblocking you as we
Wow.
speak. It
Yes,
says block.
a big day.
I am clicking unblock, and I haven't sent a tweet in a while, and I am going to send a tweet right now that says based on your performance last night at the Laker game, you are now unblocked.
Oh,
Nice.
that's huge. That's big time. That's very big of you, John. Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you can tell. I was impressed with everything about the bit. Your outfit, your attitude, the fact that you convinced other people to do it with you, which I thought was brilliant. I'll say this. I feel a little bad that I couldn't participate in any of the Mason birthday festivities. I think you guys gave Mason a good time on his birthday. I just thought yesterday was a very good day for you.
Yeah, thank you. And now, you want to know what Mason did at dinner? At dinner.
Do I? I don't know. Will that ruin my good feeling?
No.
Segment?
No. I think you'll be okay with it. But this is just the type of guy that Mason is, I guess. But we were all sitting there, and he gets up at one point and tries to walk away, and you see him put his hand in his pocket and pull out his wallet to go walk up to the waitress and give him his card. He was trying to pick up the tab, and so I immediately stopped him.
Do that. I would do that too. I
didn't want Bergman to
It's
have
your
to pay for
birthday.
dinner. I didn't
It's your
want. I mean,
birthday.
I was like, it's a group of people. We're all drinking. We're all. I thought I'll just slip.
Well, and let's be honest. At that particular table, and Michael and I often find ourselves in this position. You are the high earner at the table.
Correct.
And I think for you at least to offer to pay was good. I'm proud of both of you guys. You guys both had an excellent night.
all around good night.
But we did stop it, and I did pay for it. It was not Mason's money.
Yeah, and let's see. When did we? So we went up to the luxury suite, and it was not very like it was just a few of us, right? It wasn't like the luxury suite was packed last night. But at some point in the middle of the second quarter, I said, "I'm about a ghost."
That's exactly
I'm about a
Second
ghost.
quarter.
Yeah, second quarter.
That's when. In fairness, that's when the Sixers went on their big run and started to pull away.
Well, and the other thing I said to Brett, I said I want to get home and actually see the game. You can't really watch the game from a suite. I mean, a lot of people in a suite are like watching the game on TV while they're in the suite. You don't feel like you're in the game. Like, Jorge, you were actually at the game with Brenda and Maite last night.
Yeah, we showed up at halftime, and then we went by the table. John wasn't there. He was on his break. And then I said hi to Michael, whatever, and we took our seats.
Well, did you come at halftime?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time I did.
Exactly. So then we got there, and we got third quarter, fourth quarter. We made the Jumbotron last night.
You
All
guys
three
made
of
the
us.
Jumbotron?
Did you? That's awesome.
We didn't know what to do.
that's
We're like,
fantastic.
look at us. That's us. And then we're like waving, and then they switched to somebody else.
Oh, that
We made
is
the Jumbotron.
really
Yeah.
cool. So there's no photo evidence of
No,
this,
there
but
isn't, no. But some people on
Carla,
Twitter
where
saw
are you
it.
at on that?
how cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carlo, what is wrong with you? Jorge on the Jumbotron with Maite and Brenda.
Come on, Carlo.
I still get excited when our stuff pops up on the Jumbotron.
Yeah,
I was
we
like, I
normally
look up
come
last
up in
night.
the first half.
Yeah, I saw it. Kaplan sent me a page. It's actually, I always thought, wouldn't it be great to be on a billboard? Like the Jumbotron is like that.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had a billboard.
You kind of are.
Okay.
I am going to forward you a message, a text I got from the great Tim Harris, my boss at the Lakers.
One of the finest men in America.
And the reason that I have my other job. So I'm very thankful that Tim employs me. I am going to – I'm going to send you a screenshot, and this will make you laugh.
Okay.
You describe it. Okay. But I got this from Tim maybe a week ago, and I think – will you tell me if this fulfills your lifetime dream of being on a billboard?
Okay.
Okay? I just sent it to you.
Just sent it. All right. Technology's amazing. Here it is.
And you can read Tim's text if you want.
When I work in my arena office, I get this all day long, and it's a digital board with us.
Yeah, it's a digital billboard. Does that count? It's giant. It's on the side of LA Live.
Yeah,
right
that
outside
counts.
the office of all the high rollers.
Sure, I didn't realize we were on there.
And Carlo says he designed it, so hey.
Oh, Carlo.
There you
Carlo.
go.
There you
By
go.
the way,
It's
who
got
is
it's got the new hair and the Back to the Future puffy vest and the nerd glasses.
That
You
is
got the whole
not
thing
a.
working
That
there.
is. That's not a puffy
Hey,
vest.
Mace, listen to Life Preserver.
Jorge, I think I'm being kind calling that a
Yes,
puffy
you
vest.
are.
Am I
Yes,
not?
you are. You're very
That is a very That's a look. That's a real look.
It is a look.
A good one.
I just don't understand.
What do you mean you don't
With
understand?
this jacket of yours, it's just so silly.
Yeah, what did they say to Michael J. Fox? Is it a spacesuit? Like nobody can figure out what in
No, I think that looks
goes
great.
Back to the Future.
I think it looks great. I'm going to tweet that. I think that looks great. I think that's a great look for me.
You be you. That's what I say. Good for you.
Yeah.
Now, was anyone remotely impressed that the Lakers almost won that game without LeBron and AD, or is a loss a loss? You guys tell me.
Well, I was actually, I thought it was really positive that they hung in there and that they were in the game at the end and that they gave us something. But, I guess maybe the year has come down to let's lose respectably. Is that what the year's come down to? Let's lose respectively.
No, what I think it sets up, actually, is the biggest game of the year this Sunday. The next Lakers
Russell
game.
Westbrook came out and said it is must win.
I think he's right, and here's why. If the Lakers were to lose that game, not only does New Orleans pass them and become the 9 and the Lakers slide to the 10, but we only play New Orleans 3 times this year, and it would give the Pelicans the season series regardless of what happens in the final Lakers-Pelicans game, which is on April 1st at Crypto.com. So, the Lakers need to win this because it's almost, Mace, number one, it's against the team you're competing with for the 9-10 spot, but it's for the tiebreaker, so it's almost worth 2.5 games, this game coming up on Sunday. So
they got the Pelicans twice. It's basically, are you the 9 or are you the 10?
And here's the significance of that. The 9's going to play the 10, but the 9 gets home court.
Yes.
So it's the difference between the Lakers having to end the season in Denver, fly back to L.A., practice for a day or two, and then fly to New Orleans to save their season. They could, theoretically, if the season ended today, the Lakers are a half game ahead of the Pelicans. Pelicans play tonight.
Yeah.
But that game would be at Crypto.com, the 9-10 game. And if Minnesota beat the Clippers, which I think is going to happen, that's the 7-8 game, then the the Lakers would play both play-in tournament games in their own building because it would be a Clippers home game. It would be at Crypto.com Arena. It's a big advantage if the Lakers can finish 9 instead of 10. It doesn't mean they can't get there if they're 10, but it's easier if they're 9. That's why it means something.
And just looking ahead a little bit, Chris Paul returns for the Suns tonight.
Well, Shaq says if it's Lakers-Suns in the first round that the Lakers will beat them.
Yeah, Shaq.
Did Shaq?
Wait a minute. Did Shaq miss that 30-point loss?
Who are you to doubt Shaquille O'Neal?
Did Shaq miss the 30-point loss?
Wait, which 30-point loss?
The Suns loss.
We didn't lose to them by 30, did we? We lost to the Pelicans by 30.
Didn't you? What was the
We
final
lost to
score of the Suns game? What was it? 28?
I'll look it up.
It was not pretty.
Yeah, I will look it up.
It was not pretty. All right, coming up next, I want to throw out something that I came across today that they're going to do in the USFL that I think would be fantastic in the NFL.
Really?
Yes.
I have not been following any USFL guidelines.
I just happened to come across my USFL news feed this morning. I got that coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. one nugget to pass along. Walker Bueller will be the opening day starting pitcher for the Dodgers.
Not surprising.
Yeah, not surprising. This is his first time as opening day starting pitcher. Clayton Kershaw has gotten that gig an awful lot over the years, but this year it will be Bueller, who I think is going to be a Cy Young Award candidate and contender, and could very well go out and win it with the Dodgers winning 100-plus games. So, all right. Oh, I know what I totally forgot. John, it's Lakers Ticket Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, Lakers Ticket Thursday today. We got a pair of tickets to the April 1st game against the Pelicans, the one we were just talking about. Big game.
Come on, Pelican.
The Scarface thing just...
Well, why not?
I just
Pelican,
don't
why
even
not?
remember that line from Scarface. So we're going to do Lie of the Day today. We haven't done it in a while. Ireland, you want to take the lie?
Sure.
All right, good. So Ireland at some point today will tell a lie. If you can figure out what it is and be ready to call in at 3:30, you can win Lakers tickets, Lakers Pelicans big game on April the 1st. I guess that's next week, right?
April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day. That's right.
Remember when we got you fooled that one time a couple of years
I
ago?
don't.
That was the greatest thing ever.
What was it?
It was you. Remember when we were having the talent brackets? And
Yes.
It was you versus Michael Thompson.
Right.
And we
yes, screw you guys. And you made it seem like I had beaten Michael Thompson in the talent bracket.
on a huge comeback.
And I was like,
You're like, yeah, I won. And we said we got you good.
Yeah.
You sucker. It was funny.
By the way, we have billboards apparently other places.
Well, yeah, they're electronic, but they're all over.
Yeah, they're all over. You know, when in the outdoor advertising business, they deliberately take let's say Steven Spielberg's got a new movie. Mm-hmm. So Steven Spielberg, let's say West Side Story. So Steven Spielberg, they know exactly where he drives every day.
Right.
So
Well,
you put a billboard where he's going to see it to keep Steven Spielberg happy.
Okay, what you're describing is we have a new sponsor in the show.
Yeah.
A company called eMaximize.
Yes.
What you're describing is exactly what they do. It's targeting digital advertising. So in other words, instead of just taking out an ad...
Is it digital boards or is it online
all of it.
digital?
All of it. But it's got to be electronic. It's got to be digital. If you're somebody that advertises... You know, if you run advertising at your company and you do traditional print ads or old school ads, you know, like billboards on the side of a building that don't change, you know, that's the new world is all digital. That's what you want, and that's what you're describing. And we have these digital billboards all over the city, so that's a good thing.
So I am on a billboard.
You are many
Multiples.
Yeah.
All right. So the USFL, and let me just say up front. Not going to make it, never going to make it, no chance at all. A year from now, we'll be talking about how the USFL went bankrupt. But they did come up with a really cool idea. So when they play their game starting April the 18th, after a touchdown, you can go for 1 point by kicking the extra point, 2 points by scoring from the 2, or 3 points by scoring from the 10, which means that if you are down 18 points, it becomes a 2-score game.
Love it.
To me, that adds so much drama. That means that teams are going to be alive in games that much. It also, by the way, gets rid of the onside kick, which I think is a colossal waste of time.
Why, you don't kick after that?
No, you got one crack at it. That's your 2-point conversion, your 3-point conversion. You kick.
No, but okay. So what happens after that to the ball? I don't have to kick. Okay, let's say I'm the team that just scored.
Okay,
I'm down 10.
Yes.
All right. I score a touchdown, so now I'm down 4.
Yes.
All right. I go for the 3. I make it. Now I'm down 1. I can't onside kick it to you now?
I guess you do. I guess you still onside kick. Yeah.
Okay.
It still is a waste. The percentages on onside kick are so low.
Right, but at least I have a vehicle to do it.
Yeah, then there's a chance to do it. But that means an 18-point game is still a live game
Yeah.
at the end of regulation.
more drama, the better. All for it.
They also have another rule that they're putting in there that if you can go after, so instead of an onside kick, you can do a 4th and 12 from your own 33-yard line. So if you make it, so instead of the onside kick, if you get
Bring
to your
it
own,
on, man! I love that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, say this again.
So from your
a great
own
idea.
from your own 33-yard line. So if you have a 4th and 12.
Yes.
So if you go to what is that, the 45-yard line,
Yep.
and you make it, you get to keep the ball
And continue the
and
drive.
continue the ball. But if you don't, then the other team gets the ball on the 33-yard
Okay, so
line.
it's 4th and 12 from your own 33.
Right, and so if you miss it, the other team's already in field goal position.
So this is going to force defenses to come up with specific scenarios to not let you get 10 yards or 12 yards or, it's going to change the game. It's great. I love it.
Does anybody give any of these, like a year from now, XFL is going to start? Anybody give anybody a chance for any of these other leagues to survive?
Well, the reason the XFL might survive for more than 1 year, and I agree with you, is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, the XFL.
Is that they have existing deals with 2 different broadcast networks. Both NBC and Fox are televising their product. So I think that if you can sell it, to the networks, it may last for more than a year because they all need programming. But I'm with you. I think in 3 years they're all gone.
Yeah.
They
The
never
XFL
last.
is the one that The Rock owns, I think. Does The Rock own the XFL?
I know he's a big part of it. I just think that people love the NFL. Every single time somebody has come for the NFL, World Football League, XFL
USFL,
twice,
yep.
anything, it never lasts. NFL is too big to fail.
Yeah, The Rock is
Yeah,
a
The
co-owner
Rock-
of the XFL with the Mannings.
Yeah, the Rock and the Mannings?
It says to join Mannings for Monday Night Football. Sorry, with
Yeah,
Danny
The Rock,
Garcia
who owns the
and Redbird
XFL,
Capital.
announced on News Monday he will blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so The Rock does own the XFL, or at least partly owns. People love The Rock.
Well, a lot of people think, to that degree, that if The Rock ran for president, he would get a lot of votes. Because, voters will vote for anybody. And they think that...
Voters
that The
will
Rock,
vote for anybody.
Well, that's when Donald Trump got elected president. That's what people that have now come to the conclusion. Look, you don't have to have a political background to be president. So everybody starts saying who. Like a lot of people have tried to talk Oprah into running for president.
She's too
refused.
smart for that.
It's The Rock.
The Rock's too smart for that, too. Matthew
Rock is?
McConaughey was going to run for governor of Texas. He's too smart for that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure people tried to talk Ronald Reagan out of running, and he ran. And
Yeah, but don't you think those were completely different times?
of course. But I mean,
Now it's so ugly
we're-
now.
we're
Who wants
6
to get
years
into
re-
that?
We're 6 years removed from a reality TV host winning president.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, like, does anybody want to get chewed up and spit out by the machine like anybody that runs for president now? The job of president is such a terrible job.
Right. You have to have a very strong. You almost have to be a narcissist, don't you, to run for president?
Do you have to be a narcissist?
You have to You have to think you're the most important person.
Certainly, there are narcissists who have been and have run for president, but I don't think it's necessarily unanimous.
Right.
I don't think everybody
Like
has been a narcissist.
Ross Perot strikes me as very narcissistic.
Want to hear that incredible second sound?
Yeah, that guy.
That's our jobs going to Mexico.
Remember, you had that Admiral Stockdale as his running
Huh?
mate.
What am I doing
I
here?
don't even know what I'm doing up here.
It's like a classic. I don't even know why I'm here.
It's awesome.
Yeah, tremendous second sound. So, I just think that's a terrible job. Anytime I hear somebody's getting into politics, I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's the job. Like, they're arguing over who wants to be the mayor now. It looks like it's either going to be Rick Caruso, who literally every other post on my Instagram is a Rick Caruso ad. Has anybody else run into this? It is nonstop Rick Caruso on my Instagram feed. But and then the other is Karen Bass, the Congresswoman Karen Bass. But they had a debate the other
It's
night.
like an I don't want it, you take it situation.
Well, I don't know. Caruso seems to really want it. He's spending a lot of money.
Well, he has a lot of money, right? He's
Yes,
a rich
he does.
guy.
Yes, he does. I know. I want to throw something out there. This is one guy's take on the winners and losers of the big NFL announcer shuffle we just went through.
Okay.
The big winners and losers from that. Plus, we will spin the wheel of questions. I put all the questions on there. We'll see what pops up. That's coming up next for you. Hey, my buddy Jacob Imrani. This is a guy.
Most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Based in Ireland, the number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Oh, man, they are still eating birthday cake around here.
You want a piece?
Really?
There's
They
a
still
piece
got
left.
some left?
Where's my cake?
Cake!
The reboot is on. I had one bad day. I ate a bunch of peanut butter cups on my way home last night.
You did.
Why not?
They gave me
your birthday,
four
why not?
gigantic
15 total peanut butter cups.
There were 15 peanut butter cups there.
Peanut butter cups.
Oh,
What's wrong with that?
No, John, I'm really working at this. Because in 2 months, I'm going to see all my fraternity brothers from Bowling Green, and I want to look great by the time I get to that point. I don't want to be the one guy that turned into a loaf.
You think
The
that
one
you're
guy.
going to be the only one who turned into a loaf?
I don't know.
There'll be a loaf on that trip.
You think there will be at least one loaf?
Oh, yeah.
How many loaves? There are 5 of us. How many loaves?
At least 2.
2 loaves.
40% loaves.
I just want to make sure I'm not part of the 40%.
Yeah, at
That
least
is
two.
that is my goal.
How many people? How many people showed up?
5 people total.
You're taking a
Me
group
and 4
picture?
people. Yeah, we're taking a
how
group
many?
picture.
How many people?
Me plus 4 people.
So 5.
These are my college roommates.
Don't you agree, Jorge? At least 2 of the 5 loaves?
Okay, can I put money on this?
Yeah, sure. Of course you can.
You take a group picture.
Yes.
3 out of those 5 are going to be at
You
least.
say
I said
3 of
three
the
out of the
5
5.
are going to be loaves.
Mason, I say 2 out of the 5. Mace, do you disagree? Do you think 1 or 0?
Trying to think of them. Okay. Paul Craycraft. I'll
Loaf.
say.
This guy sounds like a
he
loaf.
does. Loaf.
That's one.
Brendan Flaherty.
Oh, that guy sounds like a loaf.
Sounds like
it
a
might
loaf.
be it right
yeah.
there.
Ben Rowe.
Okay, my
No,
He's
no,
huge.
Ben sounds like he might have held on to his figure.
Yeah. Jim Pertell.
Jim's got to sell insurance. He's respectable.
He does sell something. I don't know what he's.
And then there's
he's a
you. I'm going to
salesman.
nail
And then
this
me.
right on the number.
Am I going to be part of the?
You are not a loaf. I am not. I'm saying that automatically now we're arguing over the 4 others.
The 4 others. Okay, got it.
Well, unless you continue to eat peanut butter cups every day until they come, then you could turn into a
Yeah.
loaf.
Don't get that birthday cake near me.
Okay.
Don't get the birthday cake near me. I'm back on the straight and narrow, as they say. So, John, we've seen all these announcers get hired and jump to different networks and all that
Right.
stuff. And
Right.
I think it's fair to say that the big winners from this whole announcer shuffle have been the announcers themselves, who are getting paid like never before.
Well, in particular, Joe Buck, Al Michaels, Troy Aikman, the guys who are changing teams,
Yep.
are all raking it in.
Yes.
Right now, I mean, the losers would be the guys who are left without a chair, like Steve Levy, no chair.
Steve Levy, Lou Riddick, no
Brian
chair.
Greasy.
But I would argue that Fox has been the big loser in this.
How?
Fox loses Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, their number 1 team. And I
Okay,
don't
but
know
I'm glad
who
you
is
brought
their
this
number
up.
2 team. I don't even know.
I think Kevin Burkhardt will be their lead football announcer, who is very good. But what I think Fox has done, and I'm curious what you guys all think about this, do you ever decide to watch a game or not watch a game based on the announcers?
That's a good question.
Because I never do.
I
think
do.
Fox
I
just
do.
reset their entire announcer salary structure. In other words, Kevin Burkhardt is a young guy. They don't have to pay him $20 million.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to do a lot of Rams games. I'll see him. I don't know who the analyst
he'll be
is
ecstatic
gonna be,
if they pay him $2 million. So Fox just saved a boatload of money. Now, ESPN has always done Monday Night Football as like, well, it's important, but it's not that important.
Oh,
Not
it's important now.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's important now.
It's now the biggest thing at ESPN.
See, there's one, and I am not alone in this. I used to be in the minority. I was way ahead of the curve on that. I will go out of my way to not watch a game that Tony Romo's doing. Tony Romo is the worst.
No, he is
He
not.
is the worst. He will not shut up.
Well, Better just sent me a text. This is a good point. You know who's a big winner in all this? Joe Davis.
Oh, yeah. Well, now what's Joe going to do?
He's going to be the lead baseball announcer for Fox.
So is he going to do the World Series?
Of course.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good
he's
for
going
Joe.
to do. He's going to do the All-Star game.
Joe is like one of the best. He's going to. I think he's. Is he even 30?
I think he's barely 30.
Barely 30.
I think he's in his 30s.
Yeah, he's way ahead of the game. Yeah, he's a great announcer.
34. He's 34.
34 years
And
old and lead announcer on the World
I think
Series.
Burkhardt's in his 40s, and he'll have that job for 20 years.
Who's the analyst?
That's a good
These
question.
are the guys I'm going to see the most this year
Right.
because they do all the Rams games on
I
Fox.
heard that they may be courting Michael Strahan to put him in the booth.
Well, that would be incredible. If
Now,
you could get Michael Strahan, that would
if
be
not,
incredible.
Greg Olson, I thought, was excellent. I thought he was really good. And have you ever heard Aqib Talib do a game?
Oh, yeah, no, I love Aqib Talib. Now,
I
is
think
does he work for Fox?
He does. And a matter of fact, I have a friend that works for Fox, and I said, hey, what do you think of Aqib Talib? And he said, strangely, I've never heard him do a whole game. And I said, you should listen to him. Aqib's not for everybody. He talks like a football player. He talks very like he was a defensive back. He almost talks like you would envision a defensive back talking to a receiver. You know, like he's not afraid to say, you know, put that guy out on a Waffle House frying pan. that type of thing. And I love it. I think it's really colorful and good.
So you think he could be the guy that?
I would consider him, but I think it's more likely Strahan or Greg Olson or somebody.
Oh, actually, they've announced it.
Who is it?
No. 2022, Burkhart, Olson, and Pam Oliver.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. I like all three of those people, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure they're wonderful people. No.
I mean, I like them as sportscasters.
Yeah,
I like them on the air.
Greg Olson, I don't even know. I'm sure I've watched games with him. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's recently
I've ever heard
retired.
him.
Played 2 years ago for the Seahawks. He's a tight end. He was in Carolina for a lot of
Oh, I
years.
know all that part. I just don't know if I've ever heard him do a game. I mean, may have. The announcers can be like I love. ESPN comes away a big winner because I love Buck and Aikman. I love Buck and Aikman. I love Joe Buck, except that he hates the Dodgers. I love him as
You're
an
idiot.
announcer.
He doesn't hate the Dodgers.
Joe Buck does hate the Dodgers. I think
You just hate Joe Buck. I mean,
I love Joe Buck. I love Joe Buck, except
Buck-
when he's doing.
when he
and
was
now
on
I
with
don't have
us,
to
he-
deal with a Dodgers hater doing the World Series.
Hey,
In fact, we get Joe Davis.
Did you not listen to him when Joe Buck when he came on with us and he said he has correspondence from fans of every team in the major leagues asking him why do you hate our
Likely story.
team?
That's a likely story.
No, I believe him. Why would he lie?
I'm not. I mean, I've watched Joe Buck do Dodger games. I know he doesn't like the Dodgers.
I know. I think you could say Smoltz tends to
Smoltz
slant
really
towards
doesn't
the
like.
Braves,
He's
but
big Braves.
Joe Buck does not hate the Dodgers.
Yeah,
That's just an absurd.
he does, and most people agree with me.
You know who
Bergman,
else?
you don't think Joe? You watch the Dodgers games. You don't think Joe Buck hates the Dodgers?
No, I don't
do
think
you?
Joe Buck does. John Smoltz absolutely
Yeah,
does.
John Smoltz. There's no question.
That's not even a question.
Well,
but
that's understandable. He had to compete against the Dodgers for a lot of years, but Joe Buck doesn't hate the Dodgers. That's
no,
dumb.
But there's a guy that does the same thing that Joe Buck does. Dave Pasch sends out actually tweets from both teams that he's announcing, saying, "Oh, you're going towards that team. Oh, you're going towards that."
Dave
that
Pasch
team.
is great.
And he is great. But and so both of them, he has both teams on the same game, telling him that he's leaning one way or the other. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Joe Buck does not hate the Dodgers. Mace.
I think he does. I think he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, Joe Buck doesn't hate the Dodgers, and Tony Romo is good.
Tony Romo's
You're
terrible.
wrong about those two things.
By the way, I'm definitely not alone on the Romo thing. If you Google Romo hate, you'll see columnists all over the place have written stories
Okay.
about it.
Do you want to do the wheel, or can I bring something up? Do you want to do the wheel first?
Yeah, we'll do why don't we do the wheel next and then bring something up?
Okay.
Okay, we'll do that coming up next for you. By the way, it's Lakers Ticket Thursday. Your chance to win a pair of tickets. See Lakers Pelicans on April the 1st if you can identify John Ireland's lie today.
May have already told it.
Know it and call in at 3:30 for your chance to be at Crypto for Lakers Pelicans. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
10 ESPN.
All right, it is Thursday, March the 24th, otherwise known as the day after my birthday. Thank you for all of the birthday wishes. I was really excited to go out last night with the crew around here and hang out and drink martinis. And what's your today's National Cocktail Day, John? If you walk into a bar and you've got to order a cocktail, what do you order?
Whiskey.
Just straight up?
No, whiskey sour normally, depending on where I am.
Now, whiskey sour can be made with an egg white. Do you ever do that?
I always pass on the egg white, and I don't like it in the tall kind of up glass. I like it in a rocks glass.
Yeah, in a rocks glass. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I would do. I'm going out tonight. I may have a whiskey sour or two.
Bergman, what's your cocktail of choice?
Every single time I get a Scotch neat.
Yeah, that's
usually
what you had last night.
Yeah.
Scotch neat.
Yep, I get Lagavulin.
Now, Greg, if they have
Glenn Livet last night.
You know what? No, a lot of people drink Scotch because I'll drink Scotch sometimes.
Scotch. Down in my belly.
Like ice in their Scotch.
I do not.
But have you ever done it with the big block ice cube?
Yes,
that's very good.
Yeah, because it doesn't really melt as much, and it just kind of keeps it cool.
Cools down the drink.
Right.
It's very
I drank so much in Puerto Rico, so much than I would normally drink. I was drinking
tequila.
I was drinking tequila. I was drinking mojitos. I was drinking old fashions. I was drinking pina coladas because the pina colada, John, was invented in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. When I was in the Bahamas, I was on a cruise. They started bringing me these drinks called Bahama Mamas.
Okay,
and
what's in a Bahama Mama?
They were just pina coladas, and they renamed them.
No, yeah,
that was it.
Boy, a nice pina colada with a 151 rum floater. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Jorge, what about you?
Tequila,
just straight.
I could sip on it.
Yeah.
Do
I got a nice bottle
of
of tequila from these guys yesterday.
That's made on whiskey barrels.
So, yeah, that's
they
right.
age it in whiskey barrels. So that's.
By the way, Mace, that's a nice gift. James Worthy loves tequila, and it was his birthday a couple of weeks ago, and he loves a specific kind of tequila. Have I told the story in the air?
Maybe not.
All right, so I went out to buy him a bottle. He likes this. Jorge, is it called
Casa Azul?
Casa Azul with the blue and white bottle.
Yes.
What do you guys think it cost me? Bottle of tequila.
$150.
All right, Bergman says 150. Mace.
100 and a quarter.
Yeah, 180.
Jorge gets it. 186 before tax.
Whoa!
Tequila's expensive.
Only the first shot matters.
Yeah, tequila is expensive. All right.
The second glass, who cares? I'm hammered after one glass. I've got no alcohol tolerance.
Well, he uses them. Worthy uses them to make, and I've told you guys about this drink before, the Worthy Splash, which is 2 shots of tequila and a splash of pineapple.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Ice.
That sounds good.
Drink. Very good golf drink.
Pretty good.
All right, Mace, go ahead and spin the wheel, and then I'll get to my thing.
Wheel of Questions brought to you by our friends at Puente Hills Toyota. Got a car just sitting around not doing nothing? Bring it to Puente Hills Toyota for an instant cash offer. Puente Hills Toyota is the house of yes. Spinner away. Okay. Okay, this is it's not too dark. What would you rather go to jail for a crime you didn't commit, or get away with a crime but be paranoid about being caught for your entire life? Would you rather go to jail for a crime you didn't commit?
It depends on the circumstances of the first thing. In other words, if I go to jail for a crime I didn't commit,
yes,
am I protecting someone?
I see what you're saying. Are you you're protecting a rat?
Or my wife or my son commits a crime, and I take the rap?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I don't think that's the way this is described.
This is somebody else goes out and commits a crime,
and you get busted for it,
and I get convicted.
Yes.
I'd be incredibly bitter.
Or get away with the crime, but be paranoid about being caught for it your whole life.
Neither are good, but only one of your two choices leaves me not incarcerated. So I would take the second one. I mean, I'd be paranoid, but at least I'd have my freedom. The first one, I would not have my freedom. I would feel that I'd been incredibly wronged, and I'd just be bitter, and I'd be in jail. at least the second one, I'm not in jail, right?
But one you committed the crime, and one you did not.
What's the crime in your scenario? It's a felony of some sort.
Yeah, it's a felony of some sort.
Is
and
it a capital crime? Did I murder
it's
somebody?
yeah, sure. Let's make it a capital crime. But you're paranoid about being caught every day of your life.
That would stink, but I would not be in jail, so I would take choice B.
So you would commit the crime as opposed to getting put away for not committing it.
Yeah, it would depend on the specific crime, obviously, but I think that if that's all I know,
Yep.
if those are the two choices I'm given, why wouldn't I take the choice that leaves me out of jail?
Right. Okay. Got it. Jorge, what do you think?
Yeah, it depends on the crime, but I'm with John. I would be out there and be paranoid.
Would you not be paranoid? I would be
Yeah,
paranoid
you'd
as hell if I
be
knew I did
miserable,
something
but
bad.
at least
But
you'd
you're
have,
out. You're out
You'd
there.
have free will.
Yeah.
Bergman?
If I'm never getting caught in Section B, then I'm taking B.
See, this is why I have a go bag. This is why I have a go bag at home.
Actually makes sense. I know you don't have a go bag.
I
but
do.
this
I've got a
actually
go
makes
bag,
sense.
just like Tony and Carmella had a go bag. They had a bag full of cash that if they needed to disappear, I've got my fake passport. I've got the O.J. Simpson collection beard and mustache.
Yeah.
And I've got a whole bunch of cash. If I
beard
need to
and
go,
mustache.
I go.
Can you just wear the beard and mustache just one time and take a picture?
Bring it in.
That's all.
No, I don't want anybody to be able to identify. Oh, and there's a bottle of peroxide, so I can. Oh no, I guess my hair is white. I got
Bleach. You got bleach, so you can just put it all over wherever you kill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody should have a go bag. Ireland, you and Lisa do not have a go bag.
I don't. Lisa might if she wants to go from me, you know. But who could blame her?
I love the concept of the go bag.
Yeah.
The concept is so great. All right, Ireland, what do you got there?
All right. Do you guys all realize, all three of you realize, that our brackets, our bracket challenge, could basically be decided in the next 12 hours?
No.
Here's why. Right after we get off the air, at 4:10,
Okay.
Arkansas plays Gonzaga. Arkansas can beat Gonzaga. Arkansas is coached by Eric Musselman,
Yeah.
who Michael played for his dad, Bill, at Minnesota, but Eric has been a coach in the NBA. He coached the Sacramento Kings. He coached the Warriors. One of his lead assistants is Clay Mosier, who was on the bench with the Lakers for the last 10 years. Because of that, I've been watching them all year. They are really, really good. If they were to take
Wait a minute. You've been watching
I've watched
Arkansas play
four
basketball all year long.
4 times. I've seen them play 4 times. They are athletic. They're smart. They beat Auburn. They beat Kentucky. They were really good in the SEC this year.
Uh-huh.
They can beat Gonzaga, and if they do, you picked Gonzaga to win the whole thing. And you're the only one of the 4 of us who did. Bergman picked UCLA. Jorge and I both picked Arizona. So if Gonzaga goes down to Arkansas, then you become very much in play to be the loser. Now, later in the day, Jorge and I faced the same predicament. Houston, who's 31-6, they might be 31-5.
Yeah.
I have to look that up. They play Arizona. Jorge and I have both picked Arizona. Now, Jorge and I have the lowest potential point total.
Okay.
The only way we, in essence, can win it, and in Jorge's case, get out of the cellar, is if Arizona goes to the championship game. So, Jorge, if Arizona blows it tonight, and they almost blew it in the last game to TCU, if they blow it tonight, you and I are in a race to the bottom.
Wow.
And both of these games are going to be played between now and 10 o'clock tonight. Now, Bergman's got all his chips on UCLA.
Yep.
All of it.
They play tomorrow, and Jaime Jaquez has yet to practice,
He's going to play.
but he says...
Bergman has an inside source that says he's gonna
They're
play.
talking about it. It's tweeted everywhere. He's going to play.
Okay.
So, did I tell you, every time UCLA plays North Carolina, I make a bet with Worthy?
Yes.
Last time they played, I had to sing the North Carolina fight song on the air. And for some reason, I still remember the North Carolina fight song, but I can't sing the UCLA fight song. Bergman, do you even know the words to the UCLA fight song?
We are the mighty Bruins, the best team in the West. We're marching on to victory to conquer all the rest.
See, that's more than I know.
We are the mighty Bruins, triumphant evermore. And you can hear from far and near that mighty Bruin roar.
I'm very impressed with this.
UCLA. UCLA, fight, fight, fight. Yeah.
Mason, do you know the Bowling Green fight song?
Oh, Bowling Green.
No, you're making it up. I can already tell.
The pipes.
So
it is the night of the Falcons.
The Carolina fight song is really good, and it tells. Well, I'll just do it for you. It's short. All right.
Okay.
So the Carolina fight song is, I'm a Tar Heel born and a Tar Heel bred, and when I die, I'll be Tar Heel dead. So rah rah Carolina Lina, rah rah Carolina Lina, rah rah Carolina Lina. Go to hell, Duke.
Why do you know that one but not UCLA
Yeah, I don't
where you went
understand
to?
how you can know the Carolina one and not the UCLA one.
I had to learn the Carolina one to sing it on TV when Carolina beat UCLA.
How many times has Carolina lost to UCLA that you know every word to the Carolina fight song?
Well, I don't know why it stuck with me, but I've never taken the time to learn the song that Bergman knows. And he didn't even go to UCLA. And
took
Mason,
classes.
you have no idea what the Bowling Green fight. Most people don't know what their fight song is. I mean, I know the tune, I just don't know. Because Bergman, most UCLA fans just do the 8 clap. You know, and they do the UCLA, that part.
Yeah.
But
Fight,
our bet,
yeah.
did I tell you guys what our bet is this year?
No.
I hope this isn't that I don't think we'll get in trouble for it, but the loser has to buy one of those Masters caddy outfits and caddy for the winner. So if Carolina wins, I have to buy one of those white jumpsuits with the green hat and caddy for Worthy the next time I play with them, and vice versa. So that's the bet this year. But Bergman, what do you think about tomorrow night?
Actually, I feel pretty good about it. UNC has not been great for most of the year, but UCLA is just they've been there. They're battle tested. They were in the Final Four last year. If Jaime Jaquez plays to the level that Jaquez can play at, I really feel good about it. And also, UNC is a high scoring team, and UCLA is a very good defensive team that can slow down their pace. So if they do that and keep it right around 60, 65, they can win.
Yeah, are you guys overlooking DeMarco Dunn?
You don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is, so how can I overlook him?
Creighton Lebo?
Doing a good job of Googling.
Are these names made up?
Ryan McAdoo?
Does he play for Carolina?
Yeah, Carolina. These are guys that play for Carolina.
I wonder if that's Bob McAdoo's son. Bob McAdoo went to Carolina, I think.
Did he? Why? It wouldn't be his son, though, would it?
Yeah, probably his grandson.
It'd be his grandson, I think.
And I might even be.
It's been a couple of years. Yeah. By the way, could have no relationship to Bob McAdoo whatsoever.
Yeah, he could be a white guy. I don't even know.
You know, I was talking to Bergman today, and I know he's actually. We'll hold this. We'll do this coming up next. I was talking to Bergman today, and I.
By the way, Bob McAdoo did go to North Carolina.
Oh no, I'm not questioning that. I'm just questioning whether or not this particular McAdoo has anything to do with Bob McAdoo.
Well, maybe he's related to Ben McAdoo, the guy who used to coach the Giants. I have no idea.
Yeah, could be related to anybody. All right, coming up next for you. Yeah, I want to bring this thing up about the NCAA tournament. I want to ask you about that. Also, somebody got an NIL deal unexpectedly last weekend at the NCAA tournament. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Got that coming up for you next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Hi, what's up? So, we're talking about the NCAA tournament, which is going on right now, and the Sweet 16 starts tonight. John, what happened to the NCAA tournament?
In what sense?
It just doesn't, like when I was a kid, the world stopped for the NCAA tournament.
Okay, I know what you're saying. A couple of things happened. Number one, the one and done rule changed everything. In other words, most great college players, like think about the teams you grew up watching. Bobby Hurley, Christian Laettner,
Yep.
all those dudes would be there year after year. If you want to go back even further, Bill Walton, Jamal Wilkes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you would see those elite teams come back with their stars every year. Well, one and done is now a guy comes in for basically 6 months and then he's out of there. So it's hard to root for players specifically. Now, everybody can still root for schools, but it has all changed. So if any player is worth his salt, he's going to be gone after 1 year.
Right.
I think that's the main thing that has happened. And because of that, I don't think people watch the games leading up to the tournament. Like you, for example, have you watched a college basketball game this year before now?
I never watch a college. I can tell you flat out, I never watch a college basketball game until the tournament.
Like Gonzaga has a player.
Like you watched Arkansas play 4 times this year.
Yeah, only because of Mosier, only because of the UCL and Musselman and those guys.
Yeah, I can.
But I couldn't tell you.
Can't tell you. Can't tell you. I don't have the headspace. I don't have the RAM for college football until the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it is.
In fact, I'm winning our bracket pool. I revealed my secret system.
Wait a minute. You're tied with me.
Yeah, but I've got more potential points, and I've got all 4 of my Final Four teams left.
Yeah,
you only have 2 of your Final Four, right?
I might only have 1. I had. Oh, no, because my final is Gonzaga against Arizona, so I have 2.
Yeah, that's my final also, Gonzaga versus Arizona. So it's going to make it tough for you to catch me. But I revealed my secret top system. I've got a computer program that I run, an Excel spreadsheet. I've got certain things I value more than other things on veteran teams, all that stuff. And then I told Bergman the specific results of my bracket last night. They resembled identically Pat Forty's brackets.
Amazing.
You just
how
copied
that worked
Pat
out.
Forty.
You're correct.
That's not a terrible idea.
I copied Pat Forty. Well, he watches a lot more college basketball than I do, so why not go with Forty's bracket?
I actually broke down. I looked at probably 10 different brackets to see if they all had a common sleeper team, and they didn't. So I had a lot of knowledge, and then I just guessed. Jorge, you had a weird team that you ran out to the Sweet 16. You know which one? I'd have to look it up, but you know what I'm talking about? Like, you took a terrible team and put them in the Sweet 16.
Are they alive?
No. They went out, like, around week 1.
John, I did the auto pick, and then they didn't look right to me, so I just kind of started selecting based
You
on...
did the auto pick?
I did.
An auto pick on the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I did auto pick, and then it gave me choices, and I'm like, this doesn't look right. So I started switching.
I remember I looked at your bracket, and, like, you're almost as bad as Sedano. Sedano's the worst. Sedano's in last place. He obviously put no time into it.
Is Sedano
whatsoever.
dead last?
Dead last. He's,
God, and he
he's
claims
just above,
he knows everything.
He's just above Emily from the Travis and Slewa show. But if you look at Jorge's bracket, I was like looking to see, because I'm figuring I'm going to be battling him for last if Arizona goes down. He had some like incredibly weird teams that he was running way out, and I thought so that makes sense. You auto picked, and then like you ran Seton Hall into the Sweet 16. They got blown out in like the first round.
Well, didn't like St. Peter's make the Sweet 16?
Yeah, but nobody picked them.
Swag, that's all I did.
Yeah,
Swag.
you picked Marquette to beat North Carolina, which I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah. God, Jorge, you know nothing about college basketball.
Really don't.
You should have copied Jay
you.
Billis's bracket.
So, Jorge, I think it all depends. If Gonzaga goes down tonight, then Mason's in real trouble. But if they don't, then Mason, I think you're in the driver's seat. If Gonzaga beats Arkansas tonight.
Oh, Gonzaga's favored tonight.
Of course. Yeah, they're the number 1 seed and the number 1 team in the country.
So you watched Arkansas play 4 times. How many times did you watch Gonzaga play?
Once during the season.
Where do you
once
get the
during
time for this? Where do you get the time for watching college basketball?
I always have the TV on in my house when I'm doing something else.
But aren't you watching like Elizabeth Holmes, The Dropout, and
I watch that on
all
the
that
plane.
kind of stuff?
I watch The Dropout on the plane because I downloaded it to my iPad.
Right.
But normally, if I'm home, the TV is on. That's why I watch so many of these housewife shows, and I've watched Watch What Happens Live. I can't even go to sleep at night, Mace, without falling asleep. I put the sleep timer on the TV. That's, I need to have something on, in the background. I can't work in dead quiet.
See, so you know what I do? I put okay. So I have a sleep mask.
Okay.
Do you have a sleep mask?
I do not.
Okay, it works really well. And then I listen to my positive affirmations all night long in my ears.
You're good enough. You're strong enough. You are Steve Mason. You are the straw that stirs the drink. The station is nothing without Steve Mason. Your birthday should be a national holiday.
Not looking forward, nor looking back.
That this works for you.
Yep.
I am in the here and now.
That's what I go to sleep to.
Every time they talk, I would wake up.
No, see, it's almost exactly. It's almost like subliminal.
Mason.
That's not the right word. Subliminal.
Subliminal.
Sublimable.
You can make up words, but you can't say subliminal.
Sublimable. Sublimable. Yeah, that's what I go to sleep to at night. You should try it, John.
Somebody told me to listen to the 538 hertz thing. It's like a
yeah, no, that's actually really good. Same thing.
Didn't work.
Yeah, no, I actually use those things, and I wake up pumped up the next day because I get somebody in my head saying positive things about me all night long. Makes up for the day where nobody says anything positive about me.
So it counterbalances.
Counterbalances, right? Exactly right. All right, so I wanted to get to this story about the NIL deal. This happened last week during the NCAA tournament, and let me just pull up the notes on this. So this happened during the tournament. You remember the girl who jumped up and got the basketball? The cheerleader.
It was a cheerleader. She went on the shoulders of another cheerleader and got the basketball was stuck behind the shot clock, and she poked it out of there with a broom.
It was at the Indiana St. Mary's game at the Moda Center in Portland.
Cheerleader.
Right. And her name is Nathan Paris, and her teammate.
The girl's name is Nathan?
Yes.
No, the guy's.
No, the guy's name is Nathan. The girl's name is Cassidy Serna. So
Okay.
here's that moment in case you missed it.
Let's get it. Yes, get the cheerleader up. Get her up there. This is how you do it. Give her the mob. No, she's got it. Oh, what a play. The cheerleader saves the day. And that's her one shining moment.
That is Andrew Catalan with the call. A very memorable call.
Yeah, he did have some fun with that. Good for him.
So now the cheerleader, Cassidy Serna, has gotten an NIL deal. She has a company called apparel company called Breaking Tea has signed her to a deal, and the merchandise says the cheerleader saves the day, and they're out there selling these right now. So she got an NIL deal out of that.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the hook line of? There was a show on TV, and there was something about a cheerleader. I'm going to look it up. Hayden Panettiere played
It was
the
Heroes.
cheerleader.
It was Heroes.
Right. And what was the hook line?
The cheerleader saves the world or something along those lines. Save the
Did you get it
cheerleader,
from
save
there?
the world. That's right, Carl.
Save the cheerleader, save the world. Yeah, so maybe that's what.
So it's kind of a play on that.
Yeah, maybe that's what he was parodying.
Yeah, the NIL deals are interesting now. Like, for example, I was just reading about one. I don't recall which school. It was an SEC school.
Yeah, there's all these screwy ones that are out there now.
But basically, they're just saying, if you come here, you get a car.
Right. Well, I've heard that Caleb Williams has loaded up on NIL deals since coming to USC, that he's doing really well. And you would think the quarterback at USC should have a lot of NIL deals. Hey, let me ask you something. Has anyone from TMZ ever walked up to you and started asking you questions?
Yeah, happens all the time.
No, seriously, have they?
I'm out front the Ivy.
No, it happened to me at LA Live.
They asked you questions?
Yeah. I was walking from the station across the street to do the game. And a guy walks up to me, and it wasn't even a camera. It was a cell phone. And he goes, "Hey, man, you're John Ireland, right?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What's wrong with the Lakers?" And I didn't want to not say anything, which is what I probably should have done.
Right.
So I go,
were they polite?
Yeah, but pushy. And like it happened to Andrew Whitworth the other day. Did you hear this?
Yeah, I did.
All right, so this is Andrew Whitworth outside of a restaurant, and one of the TMZ guys walked up to him, and this is what Whitworth said. This is what it sounded like.
Andrew, congrats. Congrats
up,
on
brother?
retirement. What are you going to do?
I don't know yet. We'll
Broadcasting?
see. Who knows? There'll be something, though. We'll be involved with football one way or another.
Yeah, join the coaching staff on the Rams, maybe?
Who knows? All the options are open. We'll see.
Hey, what do you think Aaron Donald's going to do?
Dominate on the football field again. That's what I know he knows how to do well, and I'm sure he's going to be doing it again in 2022.
So you think he's coming back?
Oh, no doubt.
Really? Have you spoken to him?
I mean, I talk to AD a lot, but there's no doubt about him, his work ethic and the way he does things. He'll be back on that field dominating again.
Love that. Hey, listen, Allen Robinson just signed a big 3-year deal with the team. Do you think that means it's a less chance that Odell comes back?
Oh, no. I'm sure that they'll still try and find a way for both of them to be there, and Allen's obviously going to be a big part of things, and hopefully Odell will be too.
Can they repeat?
Thank you, brother. Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that. Plenty of talent for that to happen.
All right. Hey, are you going to do the Brady and come out of retirement?
All right, so they just keep asking you questions.
They will not let you go.
Yeah,
they
so
will
for
continue
me,
to ask random questions.
I just kept walking, and they kept saying, "Did you think the Lakers are going to be better this year?" And I was like, "Well, they still got time to turn the season around." Like I had it in my head, I got to be relentlessly positive no matter what. I don't want to give them. And I thought Andrew Whitworth did a good job of that.
Did you make it onto TMZ or
did not. I checked the website for a couple of days. I didn't give him anything. The reason Whitworth made it on was the headline.
He said Aaron Donald is coming back.
Right. And so what I said nothing but like super positive things about the Lakers. Like, we still got time to turn the season around. If we can get everybody healthy, I think
that's boring.
Right. I tried to be intentionally boring. Now, if TMZ walks up to you when you leave the station today, you're just walking to your car.
Yep.
Some guy's cell phone goes, "Hey, Mace, I'm Bob from TMZ."
Hey, Bob, what's up, man?
Why do you think the Lakers have struggled so much this year?
Russell Westbrook, terrible fit, and Anthony Davis hurt, and they just don't have a good bench.
What do you think they should do with Russell Westbrook?
Trade him this summer.
Right there, you just made TMZ.
Thank you.
So you would lean into it?
Sure, why not?
Well, because
why not tell the truth? It's nothing I haven't said on the radio.
Correct.
I've said on the air. I've said I think they should move off of Russell Westbrook this summer. Find a way to trade him.
If somebody, when you were Romper last night, came up to you and said, "Hey, Bob from TMZ, man, you're at the Laker game. What's wrong with the Lakers?" What would you say?
I would say they're just not playing very well right now.
You're not making it.
That's
on there.
it.
No, I don't. I'm not trying to. Am I trying to make it onto TMZ?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Mace. What's the proper way to play it? Do you want to be on TMZ?
I don't want to be on TMZ.
I don't either.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
A lot of people check on TMZ. A lot of people check it.
A lot of people check it. I mean, think what that would do for my Instagram following.
Of course.
Oh, wait, but you didn't, in our exchange, our fake exchange, you didn't drop your Instagram handle.
Let's try it again.
Hey, Steve Mason, ESPN, man, what's wrong with the Lakers?
Hey, it's at Venice Mace. The Lakers are just awful.
What does at Venice Mace mean?
At Venice Mace is my Instagram handle, my Twitter handle, my TikTok handle. You can reach me any of those ways at Venice Mace.
Is that where the naked picture of you in the waterfall is?
You know what? If you search hard enough and get all your friends to follow me, I'm sure you guys can find it.
Is there anybody else naked in waterfalls on your Instagram?
No, just me.
Yeah, see, that would make it.
Yeah, that would make it. That would absolutely make it.
Absolutely make it.
All right, coming up next for you, we're talking about the Rams, and you talk about Aaron Donald and his return. We still do not have any word on Bobby Wagner. Wagner, supposedly, as of yesterday, having a conversation with Les Snead, and there's mutual interest between them. We'll get into that coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.